And with this year as well, we have the inaugural NASCAR Camping World Truck Series Chase. There are 2 positions available, and these 3 gentlemen up here are vying to secure those final 2 positions. We're joined this morning by, on my far left, Daniel Hemrick, driver of the number 19 Drawl Type Ford. We have Timothy Peters, driver of the number 17 Red Horse Racing Toyota, and Cole Custer, driver of the number 00 Haas Automation Chevrolet. And Daniel, I'm going to start with you. There's a lot of pressure with this chase format this year. How has that been from your standpoint? You've had a great year, but you're still looking for that first win. How much would it mean to you to be able to win your way into the chase here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the goal, is to win your way into every weekend, but to be in the stressful situation that all 3 of us find ourselves in, that definitely make it a lot easier on everybody and your entire team. So we're constantly been working towards that. Obviously we've came up shy, and that's why we are in this situation we are in. But we've also been able to fall back on the old pointing system and maximize every day and make the most of it. So it'd be everything to be able to make it in the first one. I know I was a fan of it when the Sprint Cup implemented the first chase, and it was only a matter of time before it trickled down into the Camping World Truck Series, and it's an honor to even have a shot at it.
Timothy, you're a veteran of this series. You've been through many of these championship battles, but this year, how has the chase really changed the season for you?
Just put a lot of focus on winning, of course, and making sure that you complete 100% of the laps. If you can't get that win, and as Daniel said, get the most points possible. So our guys have really worked hard at Red Horse, preparing the Tundra for me and for the 11. So, was really encouraged about our practice yesterday, and whatever the cards are for us tonight, that's what we'll take. But really proud of the speed that we had yesterday and leading up to this race. So I think it's going to be good for us.
Good deal. Cole, you've experienced quite the time the last few weeks, and a very successful season to this point. Some good news coming about for you. You'll be making the leap up to the NASCAR Xfinity Series next year with Stewart Haas Racing. How has that been? With all of this coming together, how has this been for you in the last couple of weeks?
Well, we're obviously just focusing today on just winning the race. We have a really great truck that we had yesterday, so we're really confident in what we have for today. But definitely really excited about next year. It's SHR is one of the best organizations in NASCAR, so really excited about that. And but we're really focused on winning today.
Outstanding. Let's open the floor to questions. If you have a question, we'll get a wireless microphone to you. Raise your hand, and we will get that microphone to you. We'll start here with Chris Knight.
Chris Knight, catchfans.com. Daniel, can you talk about what your team has done from the start of the season to this point to get ready for the chase, and how effective you guys think you will be in the chase? And then I follow up for Cole.
Yeah, I mean, obviously all of us at BKR had high expectations leading to the start of the year, and we got through Atlanta, and we had a couple solid finishes, but when it came down to raw speed, we knew we had to go to work. So, all of our guys back at the fab shop, our bodies, Roush Yates, our motor program, myself and my crew chief getting on the same page. We tried to really implement as much as we could to better our situation, and I feel like our strength, as the finishes have shown over the last, probably 8 to 10 weeks, that I feel like we've gotten a lot of that back. I'll be the first one to say I don't think we're 100% where we need to be yet, but I think there's no better time than now to be reaching that peak, and we're just trying to ride that. I feel like our group of guys are as good as we've been all year. I know our communication is where we need to be, and our trucks, like I said, are getting better every week. So we just got to keep moving forward, making that progression. In this deal the way it is, if you relax any, then you find yourself behind, and that's why it's taken us so long to get caught up. Just you're 1 week off, that leads to 2, leads to 3 weeks getting behind, and you got to constantly stay on top and really strive to be better. So really proud of what we've done, like I said, from the beginning of the year to now, and look forward to keeping it going.
And for Cole, you had a fast truck yesterday in practice. Both practices, you guys were unloaded strong. How do you feel about your truck race tonight? And then also with the news this morning that came out about Xfinity next year, will we see you in trucks or an expanded schedule to give you more seat time?
Yeah, I'm really confident in our truck right now. I mean, we unloaded really good. This is a truck we haven't raced before, and it has a new body on it. And we've definitely gotten our stuff a lot better from the start of the year. So this is I think, our best mile and a half truck that we brought. So we're pretty confident in it. And then for the second question, I think just the Xfinity races are what we have planned right now.
We'll go to the left to Zach.
Zach Albert, NASCAR.com. For Timothy, just wondering, I know Matt Tift is coming back this weekend, is working with you guys. Have you talked with him, and what's been his attitude in terms of coming back, and what's he been like to work with for you this year?
Matt's a very positive person, and you know, for what he's been going through or have went through the last couple of months, it's pretty major. And glad to see him back. You know, just the feedback and all the positives that he brings to the race team is just second to none. And you know, good person to boot. It's hard to beat that recipe. I know that you know, I really don't know much about what went on, but you know, I just wanted to give him his privacy on that right there. But glad that in his healing process, he turned a lot of laps at Hickory in a late model, and you know, all the testing through the doctors, through NASCAR, his personal doctors, and you know, obviously on-track testing, he passed all those with flying colors for sure. And yesterday picked up right where he left off. You know, was fast in the first practice, and you know, and would have been right up there with all of us, but did not mock up. So he brings a lot to the team as far as being positive and very energetic. And you know, I think that's key when you have two teams working together like that.
Any additional questions? I do have one before we go. Daniel, you did get a chance to drive a Model T the other day. Was it more difficult to drive the Model T or the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series truck?
So I give props to everybody. Back in 1914 was the year Model T I drove. That's a very complex situation, but luckily I had Joey Logano there to help me kind of go through it. He actually owns one. It's kind of funny. I rode in the back seat the first time down the road, and we had a lady from the museum with us kind of showing us the ropes, and we take off, and he goes to shift what he thought was shifting, which really was a parking brake. He's been driving his wrong the whole time. So she was like, what are you doing? So we went through that whole process. So by the time I was taught how to do it, I was taught the right way, and it made a fun experience, but we had a really good time.
Outstanding. Well, gentlemen, good luck tonight, and good luck going forward.
Thanks.
Thank you.